What's up, and welcome to the first ever, not so indie show, not so indie show, a weekly show where it's not a weekly show. I'm so used to. We've just recorded the podcast, the weekly podcast. It's not a weekly show. Let me start that again. Welcome to the first ever Not So Indie Show, a monthly show where we get together and chat about the world of gaming, movies, TV, entertainment, just general nonsense really. We mostly gaming because we're big gaming fans. Yep. We also do a What We Loved About show, which is a kind of monthly roundup. Yep. And that'll be also covering other stuff. Patrons, you are in luck because you guys get this a whole week early. For $3, it's your whole week early. Also, for $1 on Patreon, we'll get you the audio version of this. No ads, no breaks, nothing stopping. Okay, so
nice.
We'll grave it
Not
up.
that we'll have ads on YouTube anymore.
Not
that we'll have ads on YouTube.
We may not have ads on YouTube anytime soon because no, you can have ads. You just don't make money from them.
What the fuck that noise?
Yeah, I know.
It's like I'm going to advertise someone without money.
All good. But no, so the Not So Indie Show, as I said, it will be available a week later to people on YouTube. I'm getting my words all over the place here. So if you do like what we do, then obviously please do subscribe. Please make sure you like our stuff. If you're listening to this on iTunes or SoundCloud or Player FM, then make sure you give us a like, comment especially on iTunes. If you comment, it really boosts us up. Think of this as a monthly Loose Women, just not a sexist. That's fair enough, isn't it?
Is Loose Women quite sexist?
Oh my god, have you not ever watched it?
No.
So
funny enough, actually.
It's called Loose Women.
They just bitch
For
about
me,
men.
that's like Every Way But Essex or whatever the hell it's called.
But they do, they bitch about men.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, if this was called Hung Men,
we wouldn't be on
and
it.
And they're going, oh, she didn't fucking do the dishes, did she? Fucking not doing those dishes last night. Do you know how much shit we'd get? Oh
yeah,
my god.
That's true.
Ridiculous.
What is a hung man?
Yeah. Hung Men.
So that should be what the podcast is
It's
called.
not so indie, it is Hung Men.
Hung Men.
Hung Men podcast.
Okay, oh god. Alright, so today we've got a nice little treat for you. Today's show is mostly going to revolve around a kind of preview of 2018. 2016. You are now in a time capsule. We've taken you back to 2016.
I bought a DeLorean and I got a flux capacitor and we're doing this shit. We're sending the dog first.
Why you did two separate references to
yeah, Wayne's World, Back to the Future.
No, so yeah,
that's the age difference. I go back to the age.
I just didn't make a reference.
So
I've never seen a film.
This episode is going to be a kind of a preview into 2018. We're not going to stand a kind of preview. If you have listened to us in the past, what not what we like to find unique.
Watching this.
Yeah. Well, not what we find unique, but what we are definitely is there's no chewing the fat around here. We just get to the point, and we don't mind bullshitting about something. What bullshit? We don't do bullshit. We don't mind just getting
it. Rumbled.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of other people who are really worried about, oh no, we might lose like some sort of magical money dragon.
We can understand some big companies have to be diplomatic.
If something's shit, it's shit. We're going to say
we don't have
shit.
to be diplomatic. We don't have to answer to people, which is why we're going to dive.
We get in so much trouble.
No, so we're going to start off with what we always start off with, and that is what we played, watched, seen. What have you done last month? Remember now, this is Christmas period as well. So. Did you play? I'll not go through every single thing, but what's something you played that really stood out? Do you want me to start us off?
Yeah, go on.
Go on, I'll start us off. So, I have played a lot of betas this week.
Yeah.
Well, three betas this week.
Which is as betas go.
We're doing the month. Hang on, we're doing the month though, right?
Yeah, we're doing the month. Yeah,
cool.
but I want to talk about these things. Yeah. So, I jumped into Final Fantasy Dissidia. Yeah. I've been keeping a close eye on the game for the last year. We saw it at EGX last year. Mm-hmm. People were like showing it off and that, and we didn't queue to play it because it's just fucking ridiculous queues, like 3-hour queues. But being a massive, and I mean this when I say a massive Final Fantasy fan, I've played every single game, many of them several times. I was very looking forward to this. I'm also a fighting game fan. That game's not a fighting game. I went into it thinking it's a fighting game. It's not a fighting game. It's more MOBA than fighting game.
Right.
And that comes down to you have character classes. So you have assassins, you have vanguards, you have they call them their own little names. I can't remember what the actual tank person is in there. And you have objectives. You're in an arena, and it's a multiplayer game, and it's objective based. Obviously, the objective is to kill the other people, but then that's the objective for MOBAs as well.
Pretty much every game.
But the objectives are there's other ways to achieve the objectives. There are set modes where you can actually go in and kill the person. Sorry, you've got to eliminate all the people, or there are other modes where you go and you've actually got to take down an objective to win the game.
Yep.
You said last week, didn't you, people weren't massively keen on the beta. And I kind of jumped on to see what the gripes are about. And the gripes are kind of justified in terms of it's a very complex game. If you don't know MOBAs and you don't know the Final Fantasy universe, going into that game, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? I know MOBAs a bit. I've played a bit of Smite. I know the basic understandings of how a MOBA works and how you've got to play as a MOBA. And I have a pretty bloody good understanding of the Final Fantasy universe. So I kind of I kind of know, okay, when I'm jumping in as Zidane, I know that he's going to be a little nippy thing, but he's not going to have a lot of health to him and things like that. So I know the characters enough to know what they're going to deliver in the fight and out the fight. I loved it. I loved it because it's relentless, it's fast paced. Matches sometimes are over in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The biggest gripe I had of it, and it's not a gripe with the game, it's only because it's an open beta, so any old John's going to jump on there right now and go, oh, I'm going to have a go at this, it's free, I'll give it a go. Some people fucking sucked at that game. Like, really sucked. And it comes with that learning curve, and it's going to probably happen. I'm not going to pick the game up at launch for that one reason. But if I pick it up at launch, there's going to be people on there who are going to really frustrate me. Because it's a game, it's only 3v3, you have one bad apple on your team, you're screwed. There's almost no way to carry because fights go off onto that mini little individual fights. So it's kind of 1v1 fights with the whole thing. If you had a team of 3, you'll dominate. You will dominate because you'll be okay. Look, this guy's crap. Come over me. Let's double team this guy. Absolutely smash him. Then by the time they revive and come back, you're a player up for about 20 seconds. In that game, that is a massive amount of time to then get an advantage. We played against a couple of teams, I think, and you could instantly tell when someone was communicating, you were like, these guys are like, oh my God. It's slick, it's fast. People are like, oh, it doesn't look very good visually. I'm like, it's a Final Fantasy game. Like, Final Fantasy games look amazing in their CGI and their cutscenes and things like that, but it looks like an arcade fighting brawler Final Fantasy game. It's got
its purpose. So
I will take a cut on the visuals because the amount of stuff going on that screen at once and the frame rate was as slick as anything. I'll take that all day long.
How bad are they actually, though, the visuals?
No, not bad at all. They're arcadey. They look...
They're stylized.
I would say the visual... Yeah.
So people complain about nothing, basically.
The visuals...
Cool. I love that. A lot of people do that.
The visuals are that of Final Fantasy 13.
Which was pretty shit hot, to be honest.
I was about to say, are you serious?
Which really pushed... people go, oh, it's a last-gen game. That pushed the envelope of what that console could do.
I remember when that came out and looking at videos being like, holy fuck, that looks good.
It's Final Fantasy 13. Don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy 15 is stunning, but there's no way you could have 3v3 online, server-based multiplayer games with all that going on at once, all this stuff flying around. All the animations are nice, the moves are slick and all that. It's a really cool game. I really enjoyed that.
I've got to say though, with any MOBA, and especially playing Smite as our Patreon, as Brian does. Go on, Brian.
Yes.
Whoa. We'll know that as you play along, if you go.
I'm not going to do it on this one now, so you look like an idiot.
Oh, no, come on.
Well done. But as you know, no, I'm sorry, but that was well worth it. Yeah. Anyone who's played Smite or knows that if you go up against a team, you're fucked.
Absolutely screwed.
And I mean, there's only me, you, and Luke who play, and there's hardly any time that the three of us are on together. So usually,
3v3.
Well, it's like joust, isn't it? When we get to play joust together, we normally do pretty good, but
we're good at coming back. We're crap at starting.
Yeah, we're fucking awful at starting.
I'd like to watch you guys play. You should do a...
I started. I can live stream it now. I've got all the stuff now. I've got the internet.
So we're going to build up the following.
Live streaming Smite. So
Smite snapbacks and everything like that.
So at some point, Brian, we're going to get together when we can figure out a time, and we're going to go on, and we're going to get there, and we're going to get Tom to play Smite as well.
Oh
because
no!
It is free to play, so this fucker has no excuse.
The excuse is I'm going to be awful at it.
What you don't get is means there'll be 5 of us, which means we can play Conquest.
We know he's going to be bad because he's never been good at any video game he's played.
There's us 2, there's Luke, there's you, that's 5 of us, Conquest.
I'm going to quickly blitz through the other betas I played because I don't want to take up loads of time. I jumped onto Metal Gear Survive today, deleted it after half an hour.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Who wouldn't?
Okay, I can see what they're trying to do, and what they've got there as a base game is fine. As a free-to-play game.
Yeah, but it's not free.
If they was to say, if you didn't have the title, so just say it was called Survive. Let's say there's no Metal Gear, it's just called Survive. game drops, survive. It's free to play, microtransactions. It would do fucking well. I had parts of it were fun. Parts of it were fun, and the reason other parts weren't fun was because I think the people I had teamed up with or I was playing with, I wasn't talking to them, and I was like, it's very much a team-based survival game where I'm like, some guys hitting this emote that's tagging over here, and I'm guessing you want me to go over here, and I'm like, there's nothing here. I don't know what's going on. Whereas if it was a free game and we all jumped on it together and we could play it, I think we'd have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Difference is, Fortnite is coming out this year as free. Yeah. This isn't. This is going to be $24.99, I think.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no single similarity to Metal Gear.
Characters, isn't it?
Isn't it third person?
Great. Might as well call it Gears of War Survive.
Well, I'm just trying to make a similarity here, man. But I am playing devil's advocate to this.
But I'm just saying, there is... Yeah, okay, so you can say the characters, but do I play that Survive game because I invest... No. It's not... Ocelot's not in it. Like, it's not the big characters. It's these characters that I didn't give a fuck about. It's probably the third handmate who worked on the ship in Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, really? The kitchen maid, you know, the one you never saw that was in that door that you couldn't go through? Like,
Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
No.
What the fuck?
Dude.
That
would be great.
What are you on about?
Steven Seagal was a chef. He was the third hand.
Have you never seen Under Siege?
Have you not seen Under Siege?
Oh my god.
You must have seen Under Siege. You're a film buff.
You hurt me every time. Okay, don't worry about Under Siege 2, because we can ignore that.
But don't watch it after you've seen the first one to go, how could you get it so wrong?
Under Siege 1 is just fucking
brilliant.
It's so good.
He's an ex-Navy SEAL who becomes a chef.
Casey Rychek.
I'm very happy to see it.
It's so good.
And the best bit, because this is not so Incredible show, we can talk about this shit.
Yeah, we don't have to be like, let's go back to the game.
What's the guy who plays
the bad guy?
Main lead, antagonist.
Shit.
He's really famous.
Couldn't tell you.
Can't remember now. Anyway, I'll pop up.
Comment it. If you remember, comment it. So shit.
And then finally, I jumped onto, and I was really annoyed at this first. Anyone who follows me on Twitter will see that I was bitching about this man at first, which was the Dragon Ball. I found that it's called Dragon Ball Fighters. It's not just Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah,
beta.
Fighters is the Z is the end.
Yeah, it's added onto the fighter.
That's annoying.
So Dragon Ball Fighters.
Because they're being cool.
So
in it.
If you've got a series called Dragon Ball Z, don't put a big Z on the end of your game.
So my biggest gripe here was, what I was bitching about on Twitter was I pre-ordered the game. I had pre-ordered the game.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered the game, and by pre-ordering the game, you get a day early access to the beta. So I was like, cool, gonna jump on Saturday morning. Everyone else can jump in Sunday. I'll give me a chance to kind of learn the mechanics because I've only played it at a press event. I actually wanted to kind of play competitively online, but I needed to learn tutorials. And if anyone who plays fighting games will know, learning the mechanics of a fighting game takes several hours, if not weeks, to kind of get them down.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get into that, couldn't get on. Saturday night, couldn't get on. Sunday morning, couldn't get on. Sunday night, couldn't get on. I was like, really? Then I found out they have a massive server issue, so I got really pissy. I cancelled my pre-order. I finally got on Monday afternoon, and I had a fucking whale of a time. I played it for about 4 hours straight. After the first 2 hours of getting absolutely pummeled, I then started to kind of go, okay, now I'm getting an idea of the mechanics. It's a lot more Injustice than it is Street Fighter. In terms of, it doesn't use quarter circles, half circles, full circles, and the combos are more simple, whereas Injustice is...
I don't play fighting games, so I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
I thought he was going to say, like...
So, like, you know Zangief in Street Fighter?
Yeah.
So Zangief has the iconic ultimate where he pile drives in the air and slams down.
Yeah.
So the old dip is you're doing a full circle of the analog or fighting stick, and then you're hitting or all three. Then you're hitting heavy heavier punch. Okay, so full circle, heavy punch. So Tekken and not Tekken. Street Fighter uses circle stuff. So you kind of D-pads are hard to go down or forwards because it doesn't always recognise it as a full circle. So you want the analog stick. This is more Injustice, where you can go down, forward, back, press. Does that make sense? But the combos are as simple as just directions and press. And it's also a lot like Marvel v Capcom with the tag teaming.
Yeah.
So you can do... And what is so good, and what I love about this game, and it's going to make so many people come in, because I think Bandai Namco realised that a lot of people have been playing this game who aren't fighting fans because they love the show. Because it looks... incredible, like
I remember.
So
looks like the
people are going to jump on it. as you saw, and I don't mean this horribly to you, you're not great at fighting games. You're not playing loads of fighting games.
I'm awful.
But did that game not make you feel amazing for the moves you were pulling off?
Fuck yes.
Like
I beat you. I beat Lewis.
To do a power combo, you literally just need to press triangle 3 times. Like so, someone mash triangle, they do this, and it looks so cool. Obviously, when you start playing against someone who knows what they're doing, you can't just hit triangle 3 times. Like, they will counter that.
I was full on.
Yeah,
pressing everything when I was fighting Lewis.
But I like the fact they've done that because it means that people who want to go on and have the casual matches and maybe go, oh yeah, we're Dragon Ball Fighter fans, we play against each other in private matches. They can make them feel like they're doing awesome and they're showing off these amazing moves. They're not
the nature of the show as well.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, the real. If you're going to go into fighting games that really don't let you do that, Killer Instinct is your like 8-9 button combos. Like you're talking massive combos to remember to input.
Shockingly, I've actually played quite a lot of Killer Instinct.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you saying you played a lot against your brother, didn't you?
Yeah, my little brother is fucking shit hot at fighting games. I mean,
he made it to the finals, didn't he, of the Injustice?
Yeah, up in Derby. He did. He went into a proper pro tournament and fucking raped people for a while. As he does, he also makes games, so that's the difference of it.
That helps.
So it's not like some weirdo kid who like just plays this. This is someone who actually studied at university. And then went on and killed people. He was like, hey, Dan, do you want to play this really cool game? And I was like, it's a fighter. And he was like, yeah, come on, go on. And then basically we played it. He killed me 1,000 times and went, you'll get better. And I went, no,
not worth it.
No, I won't, Tom. So it's sat there on my Xbox just going, updating.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely stunning. It's got a story mode to it as well that people can play through. I don't know. I'm going into this game as a fighting game fan, not as a Dragon Ball Z fan.
I've never seen the show.
I knew very little about the thing. And what I did like seeing, I said to you earlier, was people are starting to find Easter eggs. So like when 2 people face off against each other, when someone wins by using certain moves, it plays like a minute, 2 minute cutscene at the end that actually links to the anime.
If you replicate fights
from the show.
Yeah, so it's really quite clever little thing. And the collector's edition looks so fucking sweet. I know you're going to go, oh, it's a figure. The statue is painted, so it's like real life shell shading. Right. It looks so cool. I'll show you after the show. It looks. Just go check it out.
The fact you think that's.
Oh
impressive.
My god! Just go check it out.
Someone's left black lines on it. Oh,
so good. Just go check out the collector's edition.
It looks fucking, I don't know, Goku.
It's Goku.
Yeah, of course it's Goku.
Yeah,
they have like another level to Super Saiyan now. It's like
quickly, I just want a quick plug. I mentioned too. I've only put in 2 hours today on it. But I want to throw it out there. Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition is legit.
Me about this.
I brought Street Fighter 5 2 years ago when it released. What?
It's fucking legit.
It is legit.
Welcome to the 90s. We've just been watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Too legit to quit.
So Dan will know, this was before we actually knew Tom, but I got really like Street Fighter. I've always been a fighting game fan. Street Fighter 5. I brought it when it was literally an online game, and that was all it was, a couple of arcade modes. And just weirdly got like sucked into it. Went out, purchased like a fighting stick, and sat down and would like dedicate hours each night. Okay, so my wife's like, "What are you doing tonight?" Oh, I've got 2 hours. I need to get in training mode. I've got to learn today how I'm going to be doing low guard blocks.
Best bit about this actually, this was before you guys were married.
Yeah,
and she still married him
somehow.
So I don't know.
Lewis got married.
Yeah.
It's called a roofie colada.
Oh my god! So I played probably 8 months solid of Street Fighter. I got pretty good. I got into like between Silver and Gold League online, which is pretty good for a competitive fighter. Put it down because there's so much play. Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition dropped, and I did really. I kept looking at it, going, "Oh, I would like to get back into it, but I don't want to spend that money." Found out that if you buy the base game, you get it as a free download. It comes with all the DLC characters and all the content. There is so much content there now. If you like fighting games and Street Fighter, get that game. I think it's 30 quid for the arcade edition. It is fleshed out with everything. To the point where, and if anyone's looking at getting into fighting games, it all comes down to your frame counting. The training mode, you'll like this, and I think this is the first time I've seen it in a fighting game. The training mode in Street Fighter 5 now allows you to go against a dummy, set whatever standards you want them to put off, But as you're fighting them, they will go blue or red. Blue if you're at frame advantage, or red if you're playing disadvantage.
They do that in Killer Instinct.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So I've never played Killer Instinct. So you can then start learning about what combos to put together, so I can put this light, low mid attack.
There's a whole training section in Killer Instinct that goes, "Oh, you missed the frame." Talk about frames, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
So yeah, if you're thinking about getting in Street Fighter, you know.
Couldn't do it.
Arcade edition. I mean, the arcade
too much.
The arcade edition has also got the story mode that comes along with it, and that's 2.5 hours, and anyone can play for that on easy. And it's got the classic arcade editions where you play through 5 or 6 fights with one character, and you get a 2-minute cutscene at the end of the origins of that character. And yeah, but no, I recommend that. Last mention I want to quickly say before we move on.
Hang on. That was the last mention.
No, that was.
You're taking the piss.
I
get to add extra on my
I have to say this game.
You may have to, but that means I get to add extra
we
shit.
need a turn to talk as well.
I hate myself.
This is called the Indie Credible podcast.
No, you don't understand. I hate
not
myself.
the Lewis podcast.
I actually hate myself.
You bloody should for so many reasons. God,
yeah, but what specific reason is it this time?
That it's taken me this long to realise how good Kingdom Hearts is.
Okay.
I mean, I've not played it.
I'm
either,
25
hours.
Have you not played it?
Well, no, I need to borrow it.
I'm 25 hours into Kingdom Hearts 1. And I'm just like, I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like,
Kingdom Hearts. Well, you're so lucky, right? You have no idea how lucky you are. Because I've been playing Kingdom Hearts since my little brother Tom went, Dan, you've got to play Kingdom Hearts. And this was fucking hundreds of years ago.
12 years ago, I think the game
came out 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And
do maths quick.
It was a PS2 game.
What, 12 years ago? Yeah. It would be 12 years ago.
Oh, no, you mean
Is that what I'm asking?
2006.
2006, okay. Wow, what year?
2005, but good try. But anyway.
It
didn't come out in January, it came out in February.
Yeah.
But anyway. You want me to do the maths and then take the piss? I will do the fucking maths. Alright?
You're going to say about the weight between them.
But so I've got to play these as they've gone along, and oh my god, everyone has always been. You never believe they'll get it better. You think, yeah, this is just a gimmick, and then you play it, and you're like, shit, this is great.
Does that include portable ones?
Yes.
Fuck me, really.
I haven't played one that I haven't sat there.
I have to say
felt good about
the 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix, whatever it's called. I bought it just thinking it was 1 and 2. You get every game in it apart from the 2.8. The new one you got recently released on current gen, which comes with the mini short and all things like that. You don't get that game. But I mean, I picked up a 25 quid physical copy, and there's 160 hours of game there. Now, I mean, I'm probably getting sucked into it more because every time something happens, I'm like, oh my god, it's Squall from Final Fantasy. Oh my god, Cloud! I'm facing up against Cloud! And Sarah's like, who's Cloud? And I'm like, oh,
yeah, but then again, Sarah's sitting there and going, oh my god, it's Thingy from this Disney movie.
She is.
This one.
She was like, oh, you're fighting against Hades. Now, okay, Tom couldn't believe this. I've seen Hercules once, a long time ago. But that was in the era when I was like 12 and Disney was like, you don't fucking watch Disney, mate. I'm watching Poltergeist. Fuck you. Like with the Robin Hood, the Tarzan, the Hercules, they all come out at that time.
Yeah.
So I've not seen many of those films. So there's some characters in there and I'm like, no idea who that is. Yeah. And Sarah's like, oh my god, it's Hades. And I'm like, okay, I know who Hades is, but he looks like nothing like Hades. And she's like, yeah, this is a Disney version, you know. He's like, he's meant to be god of the underworld. She's like,
Hades in that one was done by Gerald Scarfe, the guy who did all of the images and pictures for Pink Floyd's The Wall.
We're
talking,
really?
Yes,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So all of the stuff from Hercules is done by the same guy who did the fucking Wall. We're talking about this amazing artist who also did all the political stuff during the 80s of Thatcher, and he did a whole load of John Major.
Really?
Exactly. You sit there and you watch that movie again, and you're like, how the fuck, man? This is
mental. But that's it. That's all I want to say. Hey, Kingdom Hearts is
shit off.
Kingdom Hearts.
That's my t-shirt.
Kingdom Hearts is a lot of fun. And it's just getting me so excited to play the next one, and I'm going to get
3's out this year. Kingdom Hearts 3 is out. Yes, it is out this year. Yeah, I will bet you 1,000 push-ups.
1,000 push-ups.
1,000 push-ups. And I will stand on your fucking back pissing on you.
That will release spring 2019.
No, it's coming out this year because they've already got most of it done. The only thing they haven't got done on it.
Do you know what won't come out?
Advertising.
You know what won't come out this year?
Go on.
Because our new acquisition of Fox.
No.
They will go. Ooh, what characters can we?
No, this is Disney animated films. That's
Disney. that it's going from. This is Square Enix.
Anyway,
Square Enix will want to
people have been saying it's out this year for the last 10 years.
But what's even better about Kingdom Hearts 3 is because of Disney, we're looking at Marvel.
We are looking at Marvel.
Do you think?
Yes, because the deal went through for Marvel.
Yeah.
Before the actual finalisation of the levels and everything.
Let's get important here.
For it.
Fuck Marvel. Noctis is going to be in there. Yeah, my boy Noctis.
Anyway,
and Ignis. Bring him on.
Still haven't played that one.
Okay, go on then. Go on, Dan. Because Tom's useless, so go for it. What have you played recently? Anything you played, watched?
An hour and a half of Lewis.
Oh, it was like 25 minutes.
Let's have a look. 27.
27 minutes.
Like half an hour.
Well, there's intro as well. Anyway,
so
stop
I'm
wasting
going to
time.
move away from games slightly, and I'm going to head towards Netflix.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, I'm doing two different things. Yeah.
That's where I'm going
boring,
with this.
mate.
Is I actually finally finished watching Bright. I watched Bright.
Oh yeah, I want to hear about this.
Have you watched this?
And
no, I have not seen it yet.
Lots
I'm
of
waiting
people
for good.
slated this.
Yeah,
which is why
critics
it took me
especially.
so long to watch it.
And
I
I said I liked it.
and it's really good.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know really good, but it's good.
It's a
It's a really good world.
Do you remember watching Hellboy, the first movie?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "No, it's fucking shit." And everyone was. Yeah, no, everyone who likes Hellboy and all of that were like, "No, this is quite good." But everyone else, no, it's a boring movie. It didn't do what it was. Second movie did a lot better because it appealed to the general audience. But it's not as good a film as the first one, because the first one created a world, and it truly created a world that you believed, and that is what Bright does. Bright creates this fully believable world that you're immersed in, and I want to see more.
It very cleverly plays with race social types as well, like through fantasy.
Funnily enough, I've heard it wasn't very clever.
That was the only bit I was disappointed in.
Oh, really?
I've heard it's a bit on the nose.
Yeah, but then I like that. Why is it not allowed to be on the nose?
Well, no, I didn't think it was on the nose. I thought it was a bit obvious.
So what you
and
mean?
A bit sort of
elves are upper
generic.
class.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so elves are upper class. Humans are in the middle, and then the orcs are representing the black community in the kind of gangs. That's
Blacks
the way
and
it is.
Mexicans,
minority
and
general.
that's what it said.
But it's I liked it because I liked the way they didn't have to do anything to do with racial social types at all.
But that was the whole story. The whole story was about racial social
Well, is there something to do with
types.
wands and...
There was that's the ones and the
Fancy
moving the
stuff.
ones
Okay,
from here
I
and
do
there
have
was
one question
purely a generic
I did really like
sort
it.
of that was to move you from A to B.
Right.
But the story was really about
I did really
racial stereotypes.
like it, but my issue with it is why the fuck are the fairies in that? Because I see it for about a minute.
The fairies are actually one of my
cool,
favourite parts about it, because the fairies are really the idea of that. Okay, as stereotypes go, you have the elves who are the upper class. Yeah. You have the humans who are middle class. You have the orcs, which are seen as the lower class. It's the stereotype
class,
of the blacks. It's the way that racism and social stereotypes work. But it's also the idea that actually throughout all of these, there's always an underclass. There's always the class that even... It doesn't matter where you stand. You can be upper class, middle class, lower class, English. That's how we talk about these things. Yeah. But there's always one under you that you can feel better than. And the fairies were used like that, and that was the best piece of social commentary that I thought was in the movie.
Okay.
It was talking about the fact that we may all stand there and go, no, it's not right to talk about people in this way. It's not right to treat someone differently because of the colour of the skin, because of the way they worship, because of any other aspect, who they choose to love or anything like that. But in the end, we always want to feel better than someone. We always want to believe that we're better than someone. And that's how our society is built and now works. And I thought that was an amazing part of the whole thing. And I'd love to see them take it further. Luckily, there is a second movie going on. And I hope they really build on this.
I'd like Willie Styles coming back for the
Will Smith is one of my favourite actors.
He's very good in it.
Interesting.
Mainly because
I really like him, but I don't have a favourite actor.
He makes absolutely everything I watch. He gives that element of fun to it, but he manages to make it dark as well. And I don't know another actor who manages to play those both sides.
Yeah, I guess
that well.
I've always thought of him as a fun actor.
Exactly.
But now you say it, when I think about the things I've
Rupert
seen...
Grint.
putting Thunderpants and.
Well, Harry Potter gets dark.
He did recently. The one on Netflix that came out was Concussion.
I didn't see it,
which was about the NFL story.
Yeah, I watched it,
and it's brilliant. And he is dark all the way through.
With Ron Perlman.
Yes, he is.
Moonwalkers. I put it on my list. I want to know what that is.
But that's one of the brilliant things about Will Smith is that he does all these. You know, he'll do Independence Day, which is a cheesy B movie,
blockbuster,
big blockbuster movie. But he'll also do these darker ones. You know, his Muhammad Ali was amazing.
I really want to see that. I've
never seen it.
I've only actually literally found out that film existed recently.
Yeah,
he's very good in it.
I want to see that.
He's brilliant in it, but you don't think of him as Will Smith in it.
Think of him as Muhammad Ali.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas every other movie you then watch, you're like, oh, that's Will Smith. You think of Suicide Squad. He's Will Smith.
That's the Will Smith
He's
show.
probably the standout.
And he is. He's
actor.
Brilliant.
But I think he's really good as well. The black woman who.
What, the one who's the bad guy that we all realise is the bad guy from the very start? I can't remember her name.
She's good. I can't remember her name now, but no.
But watch Bright, enjoy it, and realise, and just there's a world there, and it is talking about how hypocritical we are as people.
Yeah.
To say that, oh no, even myself sitting here going, it's not right to talk about judging people by their colour, by their race, by their religion, and it's not right to do that, but yet I still do. And that's a failure in me, but that's how we're brought up, and society is like that, and that's what the fairies are. And I loved it for that. I thought it was a really good.
You make it sound very cool.
It is.
It's better than everyone is
action. And there are some fucking funny lines.
And Will Smith's in it.
And Will Smith's in it.
And he's fun. He's great.
And Jazzy Jeff turns up. No, he doesn't. But that would be
I
amazing.
literally was like,
you were like, really?
I love to see.
Were you about to say shit off?
I was. Yes, I was gonna land a big shit off on you there. If DJ Jazzy Jeff was gonna show up.
What else have you played, watched, done, seen?
So the other one is a nice.
You both got 2.
Yeah,
and Lewis had like 18.
20 hours of Lewis.
Look, I had 2 sections. A lot of betas and Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, maybe, but that's not what you talked about.
Oh, no.
Anyway. The other one is one that really quite surprised me, is because obviously I play a lot of board games. You know, Dice Bear, and you know that. I'm big into the board games. I'm not actually a fan of Games Workshop.
Okay.
Because I believe Games Workshop are a money-grabbing, narcissistic bunch of evil people.
True.
They make beautiful...
No, I'm nodding because I know that's how Dan feels. I actually quite like Games Workshop.
They make beautiful miniatures, but every single game they've ever made, it's always been a case of, play with these miniatures. Oh, but you can't play now. You need to buy these miniatures.
They
and then buy more and buy more. And all of the miniatures are like 15, 20 quid each. And you're just sitting there going, what the fucking hell am I? The Sultan of Brunei? How am I supposed to afford
If you want to get into playing just Age of Sigmar, a new kind of very easy to get into tabletop warfare game, then with figures and paints, you're looking at 100 quid.
Exactly. So you got 100 quid to play a fucking game that
and
your mate has to spend 100 quid on as well.
That's no peripherals or any scenery. That's just your figures and your paints and your paintbrush, and then maybe one book.
Fucking insane. And if you go and try and play with other people, they're like, I'm not playing with you. Your figures aren't painted.
Like, they do that.
You fucking arrogant
they actually
shit.
Do that.
Fuck off.
You can spray them a single colour and say so they're all blue. But if they're not painted at all, people are like, I'm not playing you.
Not playing you.
What?
But what's great is...
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So Games Workshop, for me, has always run on my... So anyone who's watched this show will know that I'm very blunt about my opinions. About how... I know.
No.
The shock.
Really?
So usually for me, Games Workshop can suck a fat one. But I've been... My wife... My wife bought me Warhammer Underworld Shadespire, which is a 4-player skirmish game with some of the most gorgeous miniatures in the world. Now, unfortunately, the starter set that they sell you has 2 teams that shouldn't be put in the same box together because it doesn't work. But also, luckily, because yet again, amazing wife. She got me all the expansions as well.
Oh wow!
For it, so she got me the box set, and I have the 2 extra expansions which give me all the teams, and it's an amazing game. If you can scrap out the blood throne guys and put the orcs in with it, and just have 2 players, it is brilliant. It mixes card tactics with dice.
Are they the guys from Age of Sigmar? Are they the Kern Bloodborne?
That's the one. Yeah. And it is... you can use the Age of Sigmar characters in the game.
Can you use any army? So I've got Seraphim Army, the magical lizards.
You have to get the cards for it.
Okay.
And I think that there isn't a lot of thought into the expansion of this by Games Workshop. I don't think they realised how good a game they had on their hands here.
Right.
Because I haven't played a game this good for a 2-player combat game in ages, and apparently it's a lot better 4-player. But I haven't played it. You can do it 3-player, you can do it 4-player.
I'll be up for trying to ball.
We can't play it 3-player.
Why?
Because, yet again, Games Workshop, bing, right, have only included 2 boards in their set. So when you buy the starter pack, there are 2 base boards that you play on and you fight across, which is good for 2 players.
Yeah.
Now to play 4-player, you need 4 boards.
How do you get one?
So you have to buy
one board?
No, you can't buy the boards separately. You have to buy another starter set with exactly the same fucking characters in it. So you're sitting there going, well, why would I do that? I even went into Games Workshop and I talked to the guy and I said, look, can I buy an extra 2 boards? I have all of the miniatures. I have all of the bits for it. I want to play it with a group of my mates. I don't want them to have to buy the extra bits because there's no point. I own them.
Yeah.
Right? Can I buy the extra boards? Oh, well, no. The idea is that your mate will buy the same set. Why would my mate buy the same set with the same fucking characters in it? If you did a separate starter set was maybe the other 2 groups, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I'd buy one set, you'd buy the other set with the other 2, and then maybe we'd mix it up and play that way. That makes sense. Are there plans on launching extra boards? Oh, no. No, maybe not.
This is so dumb.
Part of this game is a card system. So you make up a deck of cards which you then use and build it. Seriously, man, you're going to fucking love this game. You get a deck of cards. So I talked to the guys at Games Workshop. Is there any chance of me being able to buy these cards separately as packs? Because I want to build my perfect deck. You know what it's like. Yeah. Trading card game, you want to build the perfect deck.
Right.
Oh, no, they're not going to sell the cards separately. Pardon, you're fucking shitting me.
If I've got a Seraphim Army, how do I get the Seraphim deck?
You've got to wait until they release a Seraphim Army. And at that point, you know how to get it? You've got to buy more Seraphim fucking miniatures. To be honest, though, it's only 15 quid for an army.
That's right.
Really cheap.
With the cards and all the miniatures.
How big are these armies in?
Do you know some of them are like, oh no, they don't do points. You have a set army, and that's what's really nice about it.
It's not
because
that
you don't then have to expand from that. Once you have those miniatures, that's it. So it's not a case of, oh, I've got to buy these new miniatures. No, you've got your army. Now you've got to fight each other. It's really good, really clever, but I don't think they've thought it through. And
is there nothing you can do? Like, is there no like print off boards or whatever? Just to
well, not that you can do through Games Workshop.
Okay, so
but obviously you can photocopy the boards and make your own, and then photocopy the cards, do bits like that. You can't legally do that, but I have no issue with that with Games Workshop.
I wouldn't mind trying it. I've never actually played a proper tabletop game.
You're not?
Have you never played a tabletop game?
No.
I've 70 at home.
Obviously.
Yeah, Dan has a lot.
So I'd like to try one.
Oh.
If this is that good.
It is really good.
I'd like to give it a go.
It's really good. Really like it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Give it a go.
At some point we'll do a board games evening. Yeah. We'll come round.
Get Domino's.
Yes. Domino beers. Board
Depends.
games.
If McDonald's still got Pokemon, we get McDonald's.
I'm going to end up with a fucking Happy Meal. Just
he's making us all get Happy Meal.
And you won't even get the toy because I want it.
Yeah, I don't want the toy. And that's it. So yeah, Warhammer Underworld Shadespire, which has been really good.
Sounds awesome.
Obviously Destiny Quest, which was the roleplay book, which I brought on the other podcast. You Patreon guys will have seen. I'm on my 3rd run through of it.
Oh, nice.
I'm on my 3rd playthrough of this.
Well, obviously, you don't read the whole book, do you? You kind of jump.
Yeah, you jump to different places and you learn different things.
Yeah. But
I played as a rogue and a wizard.
It goes more than 100 pages, isn't it?
Yes.
So you've got to count above 100, mate. You can't play that.
Do you know what? That's fair. I can't count.
Right.
I never learned. Anyway, go on, Tom.
Over the Tom.
Right. I've got, again, only 2.
Only 2? I only had 2 as well.
Yeah, shit up. Hey?
Yeah.
The first one I've actually spoken about a little bit before is Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale game.
Okay.
I finished it this week.
I noticed
I've seen you playing a lot of it,
yeah.
but you've been ignoring us. I've sent you so many invites.
I haven't sent you any invites.
Yeah, he hasn't either. He's lying. But to be fair, it is suspended, so it might just look like I'm playing it forever. But yeah, I finished it last night. I think I finished it. Yeah. And I've got to say, it's like...
Well, you weren't that impressed with it anyway.
I know, but now I've finished it. Episode 4 was great.
Right.
Okay.
It was the best episode by
Is it
far.
a unique story or like a standalone story? Does it tie into cinematic universe? Does it tie into any of the...
No. It's not related to the comics or the cinema.
So it's his own unique...
But it looks a lot like the films.
Right.
And they're definitely trying to emulate the films in a lot of ways.
Okay.
The characters are all pretty good. Drax is great.
Yeah.
But the thing is about
I feel like
this,
Drax is an easy character to get right.
he's more...
Yeah.
I think he has more depth in this than he does in the films.
Okay. Well, even number 2,
Yeah.
because I thought he was brilliant in number 2.
He's great in number 2, to be fair, but because this is over
Still,
a
there's
series,
not a lot of depth to him.
No.
he's all like, I'm really literal and all that. Whereas in this, there's a lot... The idea is each Guardian is going through a lot at the time. Everyone's dealing with a different kind of loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the game, the first thing you do is kill Thanos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. It's literally the first thing you do.
Okay.
And,
You don't actually kill him, though, we know that.
well, you do.
But how many times he died?
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah. But this isn't the comics, remember?
Yeah.
Well, when you date death.
So Gamora's feeling weird about that. Rocket's got his own thing going on with his past and his life being an experiment. Groot is just there. Groot's great. He's
not
like,
Baby Groot, is it?
No, adult Groot.
God,
Adult Groot.
yeah.
Thank God.
Fuck, who else has got? Oh yeah, and Drax obviously. He's
Star-Lord?
now that he's
Gamora.
killed. Now that Drax has killed Thanos, we've all killed Thanos. He's lost that revenge.
Yeah.
He's lost that
Oh,
purpose.
so it's a whole case of him
he's
finding
going
out who
through,
he is.
Yeah,
and,
literally, and that's why he's probably one of the best characters in the whole thing. And episode 4 is great for him. Should I talk about spoilers?
No, don't.
It's not that good a Telltale.
Go
game.
for it.
All right,
I'd
just
like
give a warning. How
Spoiler
long?
warning. I'm just gonna fucking.
How long?
Ruin your life.
I'm gonna ruin this whole game. I don't know how long. We'll see how it goes.
Should we say 4 minutes?
Should we want to just time it so that we
Yeah.
know?
Should we say 4 minutes?
Yeah.
You've
give-
got 4
I'm only
minutes to
saying
talk
this
about
because it's still quite recent.
Yeah.
So
okay,
older
fair
games are fine, but this is still quite recent.
Yeah.
And
Do you care?
there are Telltale
Some
fans
people
out
really
there.
should.
care.
I
some
expect
people
some
will.
huge guys.
I haven't played it and I don't give a shit.
4 or 5 minutes, what do you want?
Give me 5 because I
5
want to talk
minutes.
about one episode in particular
Right.
for a bit.
Okay.
And we're off. Spoilers are
Spoilers from
happening
now on.
Skip
Right.
forward 5 minutes if you need to.
Episode 4 is so good. It's like I don't know why this is the peak of it all, but I think because it's such a standalone story compared to the rest of the series, it works way better. And there's a great bit in this episode where you're fighting this giant worm is chasing the ship.
Like
and
the
it's-
beginning of episode 2. Oh, that's not a worm, it's a blob.
No, it's
isn't
a huge, massive worm, and you're fighting off these little worms that are all over the ship as well. The smaller versions of the bigger worm, and it's all to Stone Cold Crazy by Queen, and it's so good. It's so like that's the only time they get it right
Okay.
with the balance between.
And that sounds very movie rather than.
It's all very
comic
movie.
mixes,
They instead of the awesome mix, you have the rad mix.
Okay.
Right, okay.
So there is music throughout the whole thing, though it's not as well done as it is in the films. Except for this scene is so good. It's so much fun because obviously that song, if you know the song, is really it's quick and it's fun.
Oh, it's brilliant. Metallica covered it as part of their Garage Incorporated
So
stuff.
good. So
It's,
one of my favourite Queen albums, Sheer Heart Attack, I think
Yeah.
it's from. Yeah, it's so good, and it's most of the time when you get to these big action scenes in this game, they don't get the balance right between what you're seeing and what your actual inputs.
right.
Because it's like with some of the other episodes, it's you flick up and then you watch like a minute of stuff happening and you flick left. Whereas this, I was like bam, bam, bam. Oh, I've got to do this and do that, and it was like I felt like I know quick time events are shit, but I felt like I was doing something.
Yeah.
And it just that whole episode had like leading up to that point, it had such a long section of just character growth.
Yeah.
It was just because you like Rocket and Gamora are having fights as always in this game. They don't get along at all. Rocket's a cunt throughout the entire game, and he's just being a complete dickhead to Gamora. And you have to choose between whether you can go with Groot, Rocket, and what's her name? Empath, Antenna.
Oh,
Shit, what's her name?
named after an animal.
Mantis.
Mantis.
Or you can go with Gamora, Nebula, and no, wait, Groot's with you. Sorry, I got that wrong. Groot's with Nebula and all that.
Okay.
Because he's actually agrees with Gamora most of the time.
Yeah.
And when you're alone with them, you have these really good conversations. It reminded me of The Walking Dead, how you have those deeper conversations with people. And there was just that episode was so good, but the rest of it was so meh. Like there was just sort of like okay bits in here and there. Like I said before, like the action scenes weren't as good. They were sort of the animations were fine. They were cool, but they were just a bit slow paced.
I know I've said several times I've never played a Telltale game.
Yeah.
But I've always heard loads of people bitching about its engine being really janky.
It can be. Yeah. This is probably one of the better looking Telltale games I've played because it's the new engine.
Yeah.
That they used for season 3 of The Walking Dead, which I haven't played that yet. I'm looking forward to that, but I've heard it's pretty crap. Telltale have gone downhill, honestly. They're not as good as they used to.
Well, they lost 100 staff members, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They laid off loads of staff members.
Yeah, honestly nothing so far has matched The Walking Dead season 1 for me. And
I'm loving Batman.
I'm
and I hate the Telltale games.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put Guardians. Honestly, is one of the worst Telltale games I've played, and it's okay. It's fine. The music's cool. You know, it's nice to hear some licensed music in a game.
Sorry, you got Queen in there.
Yeah.
There's actually weirdly a lot of Queen.
Have you heard?
As there should.
Have you heard rumours around their next game? Because obviously they've got the final season of Walking Dead coming out. They've got Wolf Among Us season 2 coming out, but the new IP. Have you heard the rumours around it? There's hopefully confirmed this year. James Bond.
Oh, I've heard that. I don't care. I don't want to see that.
Really?
Wolf Among Us season 2, please make it good. And Tales of the Borderlands season 2, please.
And the final season of Walking Dead comes out this year.
I'm really not interested in James Bond.
No, me either. But
are we done with spoilers? I can stop this now, can't I?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just want to say that
it's better to burn out than fade away. No, that's Highlander.
Fuck, my dad says that all the time.
I am the age of your dad. Let's think about how old are you?
No, my dad's much older than you.
No, how old are you?
I am 21.
You're 21.
So
I'm 37.
So you could have had me.
So it's technically possible that you could be the same age as my kid.
Thanks, Dad.
Jesus Christ. What else have you played?
I'll say one more thing quickly.
Yeah.
I think if you want to play Guardians of the Galaxy, Telltale game, play Tales from the Borderlands instead. Because it is.
Or Batman.
No, because if that's what you want, Guardians of the Galaxy, play Tales from the Borderlands. Because that is the. It's a better version of it.
Oh, okay.
The other thing was what I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
I made a tweet about it the other night, and that is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Before I start, individually, Lewis first, so that you can be quick. Why are you annoyed that I want to talk about this?
I'm not annoyed.
What's wrong with it?
You haven't seen it. So.
Never seen it.
Anything about it?
I saw an hour of the movie, and one of the only movies I ever turned off.
Right, cool. And you?
Why am I about it? Only because we've been going on about it for a couple of hours before this. It's got nothing to do with
fair enough, right.
Last Airbender. But
quickly, Lewis, the film is the biggest pile of dog shit I've ever seen.
Still got my name on it.
Oh no, and it makes me angry. This is a film. This is probably the worst film I've ever seen, and the film I hate the most out of anything. Because literally, right, I saw it. I remember seeing it, and then like a year later, I was like, I definitely saw that, but I don't remember anything about it. and I watched it again.
Blanked it from your memory.
Literally, I blanked it out.
I've watched the movie 3 times. If you were to ask me what happens in that movie, I can't tell you.
Because nothing really happens.
So bad.
Yeah.
That film, this is how bad it is. It literally gets main characters' names wrong, right? It makes the action look fucking slow as anything. They had 7 guys do this fucking 10-minute dance, and it made one rock float across the screen. And that's not a joke. That literally happens. But in the cartoon, fucking that boulder coming at your face at 100 miles an hour.
I've got to say though, for me, Death Note was worse.
Okay.
The live action.
The live action
I've not watched it yet
was
because
worse.
still.
Only because
have you seen the cartoon? Avatar, I mean.
Yes. Yeah, I have.
So
I thought I was about to argue that Death Note is not a cartoon.
Anime, yeah.
But but yes, I have.
Did you watch it all?
I didn't watch
You've
it all.
You've seen bits, okay. But you understand.
I've seen
you understand, yeah.
The first season.
I know he can do something with the elements.
I'll explain it in a second for you.
Because he's a bender of the air.
That's what's good. Because in England, bender is awful.
It's a completely different word.
But because it's an American show, they can say it. Yeah.
Airbender, and literally everyone go, if you've seen The Last Airbender, and pretty much everyone go, he's what?
Yeah, literally, when I was a kid, and I was like, I loved the show, and I in primary school playing like that. And like, well, what you do, bending? And you're a bender. And I'm like, no,
that's not what I mean. But I found because The Last Airbender was a cartoon.
Yeah.
The fact that the movie was bad was sort of like, yeah, okay, it was bad. I'm not defending that movie at all, but it was bad.
It's horseshit, yeah.
Whereas Death Note was such an amazing piece of writing and work that to get it that wrong in the US version was offensive.
I don't understand how you can do a film of something that is 50 episodes long in terms of cartoon or
book to film.
Book to how? Yeah,
they were
same thing.
Book to film.
No, I'm talking. It's the same sort of idea. I mean, how can you get that wrong?
Book to film, understandable, but you're going from one book to one film, whereas you're going from. So even if we get the thing here, there's 6 of these to the actual thingy. So you got to put 6 of these into one film.
Right.
Of an hour and 20 minutes, I think they made that.
But it works in Japan.
Definitely. Yeah.
Japan have a successful Death Note film series.
And as we found out earlier, some brilliant game shows.
Yes. Yeah, in the other podcast.
But anyway, let me go to Avatar.
But yeah, so, I mean, yeah, it's completely wrong that they got the names wrong. But I mean, it's offensive.
Mm.
But because the series never took itself seriously, and that was the beauty of it. It never took itself seriously.
No.
Used your powers to get a can at his head.
There were serious bits in there, but it never took itself seriously.
I disagree.
Go on.
I having seen the show all the way through every episode and several times, that it's the same thing. Honestly, that show is so well written and the characters have such depth. And I maintain, out of any show I've ever seen, right, one specific character, I won't say who in case you ever watch it, right, has the most amazing character development I've ever seen in any show.
Oh,
better than Joey and Friends.
Right?
I'm not saying there isn't that it's not a well written story.
Right.
What I'm saying is that the way it affects or the way it talks about us as people in society isn't as impactful as Death Note.
Okay, it's not as
it doesn't have the social commentary that these ones does. Yes, the characters grew and it was well written, and I don't want to come across.
It's well ahead of its time. It's accepting the word bender into society. I mean, it's up there with Queer as Folk before ahead of its time.
I think Queer as Folk came out before Airbender over here.
Oh really? Queer as
Folk I don't know about, but
Queer as Folk was good.
I couldn't stand Queer as Folk.
Could you not?
The music was awful.
I thought it was good.
But that's where I come. But anyway,
better than Last Airbender of the Galaxy.
Last Airbender of the Galaxy. Now that I'd fucking watch. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Well, basically, what I think is so fucking good is that it's just, especially when you put it in the context of what the show was, because it came out, I want to say 2006, I think it came out.
I couldn't tell you.
It was a Nickelodeon cartoon surrounded by
little monsters,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah. Fairly Odd Parents.
Good shows, good shows, but this show was so different because it had a story and a deep world that had rules, and it was grounded, and it had emotion, and these characters that you cared about. Even the bad guys, you cared about them.
Would you say though that you're more affected by this purely because it was the program you watched as you were growing up?
Absolutely,
yeah.
But
so you have the nostalgic.
I don't.
Same as me with Turtles.
Yeah, I don't claim to say that there's no effect on my opinion of the show, but I think.
Same with me as Taylor Swift. Found her when I was like 25 years old.
And how old are you now?
31.
Wow,
6 years.
So long.
6 years of pure love.
It's moving on from Taylor Swift.
You can never move on from Taylor Swift. There you go, man.
Ever backing up on Taylor Swift.
Ever? What? Never, ever? Because we are never getting back together.
I'm so proud of Dan right now. He's literally just made a Swiftie reference.
Oh. I've never been more ashamed of you.
I think I've got a semi after that. God, jeez.
I couldn't help it, man. You laid that up. I had to knock it out.
Oh, for the sake of the audience, Tom is
I know, man. I'm sorry to let you down, but this is who I am.
So, Last Airbender of the Galaxy is mediocre. Let's move on then.
Amazing show. I think honestly, I know. Jokes aside, I genuinely think you guys should watch it. Once
I get past Dragon Ball Z, which I'm
give that 2
years.
I'm
actually committed to Dragon Ball Z now.
Oh, okay.
He's going to watch all of Dragon Ball.
Apparently, there's a lot.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. There's different
He's
series.
always reading-
he's
okay,
never going to get through it all.
Okay,
No,
do I read the
that's what I say.
manga or do I watch the anime?
Manga, I'd say definitely. It's shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
I'll read the
they padded out time in the
Yeah.
anime, so. But
I won't see these battles that go on for 8 episodes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want it.
So are they literally just episodes of just fights?
As far as I know, yeah.
The whole
think
thing?
so.
I haven't watched.
No, I haven't watched it either, but I'm
Sounds-
very
oh
aware of
my
it.
God.
There's a lot of padding.
I
in the
watched
show.
some Dragon Ball and then went, yeah, okay, I get.
Is it the kind of thing I'd like?
And then I watched, what's the other one? One Piece.
One Piece is
Piece,
fine.
Yeah, I
One
watched
Piece
some of
fine,
that.
yeah.
One Piece was quite good.
Is Dragon
I
Ball
enjoy
the kind
that.
of thing
I
I'd
was
like?
looking
Dragon?
into it.
Will you like it? Yeah, you'll fucking love it.
Right, okay, can I?
I'm not going to come in with like edgy blonde hair.
He's not going to enjoy Airbender in the same way.
I think
How
not
many
the same,
episodes?
Not in the same way. It's 3 seasons.
Is
and
there
it's a complete
teenage
story.
melodrama in there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's
Sign me
in
up.
there.
I just want to say, if you do watch it, especially the first episode, starts quite childish because it's starting.
kids'
It's
show.
Nickelodeon, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you give it time to grow into what it becomes, honestly,
Mate, you give anything time to grow, it can become a monster.
and that's what the show is. It's the most Godzilla style dick you've ever seen in your life. Okay, it starts off so small. But when you get to the end, you will have the most raging.
You just have a
hard-on.
massive wang.
I'm not even joking. The most veiny, angry-looking hard-on you've ever seen in your life. Okay.
What was it? Superbad, the triumphant veiny one. I just finished the triumphant veiny one, and he knocks the book off. Isn't that what I'm saying?
I can't remember. It's been a
Someone
while.
picks it up, and they're like,
What the fuck is going on in this podcast?
This is what it's become now.
It is.
This is the Hung Men podcast, isn't it?
Oh yes,
"It is." Yeah. Right, so if you want to keep up to date with The Last Airbender of the Galaxy, then follow Tom on Twitter.
It's not of the
You can see
galaxy.
his thing underneath now. If you want to keep up to date with how I'm getting
Whatever I
owned in
talked about,
fighting
or
games,
yeah.
then follow me at What's Up Woody or at Shooting Profit.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep up to date with tabletop games, especially tabletop games or any board game stuff, at the Dice Bear is the place to check it out. So our next section is going to be. I didn't expect that first section to be so long, but we like digressing.
Yeah, we're on quite a while.
We like digressing. Doesn't matter. I can't see what time we're on now, but
We're 1 hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
Have fun.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, mate.
That's the first segment down.
Let's speed this up.
Yeah,
let's
let's
go.
speed this
Let's
up.
go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So next part is we're going to pick a news story, something that happened the last month, or so far in January, and we're not going to go in depth with it because we don't want to go on for ages. But we're going to say this happened. I really like this. Share our reactions with it, really, and then go on to the next person. So do you want to go back around the same order? Should I go first?
You go first, yeah.
All right. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. I don't know if you read this thing here.
No, I didn't.
I did not.
I try to avoid
Today,
reading your notes.
this week, we got the announcement. Sometime in 2018, we'll be playing 2 Point Hospital, the spiritual successor to Theme Hospital.
Oh, actually, I started pulling the face.
Hospital?
Theme Hospital.
News to me. Inform me.
Okay, Theme Hospital came out a fecking long time ago.
The best hospital
What was it,
simulation
90
game ever. Oh, yeah, in the
something?
97, 98.
Yeah.
Okay.
This, I mean, we're
EA
talking mid
originally.
90s.
Bullfrog. You remember Bullfrog?
No.
The guy's done,
No.
done theme park and all that.
But Roller Coaster Tycoon, is that what you mean?
No, different.
No,
developers.
it was the same sort of
Do you
thing,
remember
except
Theme
you
Park?
develop
Theme
a theme
Park
park.
was before Roller Coaster Tycoon. Roller Coaster
I don't
Tycoon
know.
was a rip-off
It's the
of
same
Theme Park.
sort of thing,
Okay,
except
so
you're
it's-
developing a theme
This is
park.
a
in there.
hospital.
Oh, okay. Now
Okay.
I'm with you now, yeah.
But it plays on the fact of being a hospital. It's not a hospital like a real life sim game. It's like people turn up and they've got like out of body experience syndrome, and they're like their ghost is walking alongside them, and they're like, oh, we don't know how to connect with each other, and things about hair loss, and you have to get this weird thing that like zaps hair back onto their head, and it kind of takes piss.
Right.
One of the best things about it is, and the biggest challenge with Theme Hospital is the configuration of a waiting room.
Yes.
How do you get your customers to the hospital happy? And all jokes aside, I genuinely loved Theme Hospital. I'd play it endlessly, and I'd make up my own challenges with the game. Like, I'm going to see if I can run a successful hospital, but I'm only allowed to use like 5 chairs in each thing and things like that. Like I come up with me and my sisters used to challenge each other all the time. And then out of nowhere this week, it got announced 2 Point Hospital. It's not a sequel to Theme Hospital. It's been published by Sega, been developed by 2 Point Studios, but it's a spiritual successor. It looks so... Theme Hospital was to be remade in 2018. This is how it would look. And I cannot wait to play it. I'm so excited.
I mean, you know how much I take the piss out of Lewis for sim games, especially farming sims. But actually, Theme Hospital was a damn good game.
So much
So
fun.
this is
damn
this
good
is
game.
big news then.
This is actually Yeah.
Wait, so who's developing this? Did you say?
2 Point Studios, hence the name 2 Point for hospital.
Right. So what have they done before?
I honestly, I
don't know.
Don't know any of these people. They've been
But
involved on anything.
I don't think it really matters because we're getting that sim game again. And if we can, because I mean, they haven't made it again. It was one of those ones that it was niche and became cult,
Right.
Yeah.
Because people realised actually this is a damn
So
good
yeah.
game.
Okay.
And it was one of those, and because it didn't sell well, the devs didn't make it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then everyone slowly picked up on it and went, "Hang on, this is a bloody good
so
game.
good that-
Why isn't
yeah, it
this
needs to
here
be
more?" And then
So it took several years, but
it took
getting a
longer
new
than
one.
you've
20
been alive.
years, Presley, about 20 years. but
actually, yeah, 97.
Yeah.
The year
Yeah.
after I was born.
20
Yeah.
years.
So
I remember getting that for my birthday because I didn't have a PC that could run it at the time, but I got it on PlayStation. And I don't know if this one will come to console because the way it
Might
is,
do.
I
Why
don't know. If it does, it will have to that annoying thing where your cursor's on the analog.
yeah.
No, I hate that. Keep it on PC, I think. I'm
But
gonna sweat the
There's
shit
no
out of that on
reason
PC.
it can't be mouse and keyboard. With the USB interfaces now,
You
there's
can do
no
that,
reason
yeah.
it can't be mouse and keyboard.
But
I think game
casual-
devs need to be like, you know what? Fuck
You mean
it,
mouse
this is
keyboard
mouse
on
and
console?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not game devs.
That's
That's
all
the
USB
companies
plugins.
allowing. That's Sony allowing you to download an update that allows connection. That's not the game
Xbox
devs.
have it.
No,
Put
only
it out on
I'm
Xbox.
sure you
Yeah,
can do mouse and
no.
keyboard on
You can do
PS4.
mouse and Xbox.
Xbox have it if you buy an £80 adapter. That's technically illegal.
Well, then buy that £8
Yeah.
adapter.
Do it.
Fuck you, Xbox.
Xbox don't allow it because obviously then you put in an issue on some people who can't afford or don't. Basically, someone just jump into Call
I'm
of Duty
sorry,
and go,
since
I'm going to
when
play
did-
Call of Duty. Mouse and keyboard, as you said earlier.
Oh, I
Since
see,
when
yeah.
did Xbox
Owned.
give a shit about what people could afford?
Never.
Buy the Kinect.
I have the Kinect because I bought day one fucking Xbox, didn't I?
Oh,
So-
of course.
Okay, so Tom, take us through your news story feature thing you found that you're interested, excited by.
Yeah.
Not interested. I'm interested, not excited.
It's something you want to bring up.
Yeah, it's something I want to bring up. It's movie news,
Yeah.
kind of. It's actually more of a rumour.
Yeah.
But this is from Screen Geek. I actually
Yeah.
heard about this from Mr. Sunday Movies first, if you know him.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yep. Basically, Disney are getting ready for the Solo, a Star Wars story, to fucking be a huge flop.
Yes. No, I saw this.
This is a quote from the informant, who's close to the studio, apparently. But treat this as a rumour, don't treat this as actual news.
Yeah.
The quote is, Disney is bracing themselves for the Han Solo movie to bomb. They were worried about it all before the Last Jedi controversy, but now they're essentially writing Solo off. The lead actor, Alden Ehrenreich, I can't say his name,
Yeah.
can't act, and they had a dialogue coach on hand for all of his scenes. On top of that, the script is unworkable. It's going to be a car crash.
See, I'd heard they'd done the scripts again because like, for the
Confidence
fifth
is
time.
key. At least they're confident in their own product.
This isn't Disney's product, though.
How so?
Star Wars is Disney product.
Star Wars is a Disney product, but the movement towards the Solo movie
Right.
and having those was actually before Disney went in there. This
is a Lucasfilm idea.
This is a Lucasfilm idea
Right.
that he was pushing
It's the
through.
thing that we don't need to know.
I don't want.
The
I never
idea-
watched this film at all.
The idea of not knowing about him beforehand makes him all the more interesting.
Yeah.
He has a dark past. The comics have touched on it here or there. This is what it was like before, and you kind of got glimmers into the Dragon Race, or what it was called, the Dragon Star Race, the comic series that they done. That was fun. It gave me like a very small insight into pre-Star Wars Han Solo. I don't need a whole story.
There's one issue with Han Solo. There's one massive issue with Han
Go
Solo
on.
that they'll never be able to cure. Han Solo was Harrison Ford. The only reason Han Solo
There you
ever
go.
worked is because it was Harrison Ford. The only
Correct.
reason Indiana Jones works is because it's Harrison Ford. You can't have a prequel without Harrison Ford. You
I
can't
agree.
get another actor
Doesn't work.
to do Harrison Ford.
I mean,
the
CGI.
guy's a nut job now.
If they can
But
see,
it's not about how he looks.
No, I'm
it's
saying-
about how he delivers
I'm
lines.
saying, if
it's
they
the
can
way he acts.
timing.
if they can CGI a Tash of Superman, they can they can make Harrison Ford look 18 again, can't they?
Actually, no.
Technically, they can.
No, I'm going. Actually, you've got a damn good point. Why the
Yeah.
hell didn't they just do that?
Well,
It's expensive.
Fuck it, it's Disney.
Yeah,
They can afford
they,
it.
Yeah.
they don't exactly need the money.
And people always complain about that.
What CGI?
They did Peter Cushing and they did
Yeah,
Carrie
yeah.
Fisher in
Yeah.
Rogue One, and people fucking complained the shit out of that. I thought it looked great.
Obviously,
I
CGI was
didn't.
great in Carrie Fisher.
See, this is the thing.
I didn't think it looked great, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
Because it worked.
It did work.
So I've
Peter
got
Cushing, I thought looked fucking awesome.
He looked like Plastic Man.
I don't think he did. I think you could tell he's CG, but I think that he looked.
I was waiting for him to stretch in the wrong places.
Grand Moff Tarkin. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were asking who was CG because you said Peter Cushing. I didn't even
I'm joking. Cool.
But yeah,
that's well, I can understand why you wanted to bring it up, but yeah, that is crap. I'm surprised you didn't bring up another story, and the reason I didn't talk about it, actually, I was always going to talk about Theme Hospital's spiritual successor, but that's the fact that there's another Alien game in the works.
no one gives a shit because it's going to be crap.
I'm staying optimistic.
When have we had a good? You will because you love the Alien series, but to be honest, Covenant was a crap movie. And it was crap. You can...
It was okay.
Okay at best.
I thought it was...
I agree, at best. Okay.
I thought it was
and there
good.
hasn't been a good Aliens game in ages.
If they...
Well,
I don't want to... I don't
like Isolation.
I don't want to digress massively.
No.
See, Isolation was the best Alien game to date for the first 8 hours. The last 4 hours of that game completely dragged it down, didn't need to be there. If they can take the world, the environment that they created in Isolation, because it was absolutely perfect, the atmosphere they created there, and then create a shooter in that world.
Well, they're different things. The atmosphere was good. The game was shit.
It was brilliant.
And that's what
hours.
I'm talking about. The game.
The game was brilliant.
The atmosphere was good.
So
the game was shit.
You're looking for more of an Aliens game.
No, I want Alien. I want a... When they say... At the moment, all they say is an FPS game. An Alien FPS game. There's want a first person...
If it's an FPS game, it's got to be Aliens, not Alien.
Yeah. Alien...
Alien, there should be no
in the first film was a flamethrower.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the only actual weapon they actually used in the entire film.
What I mean by obviously I want aliens in the movie, plural, more than one alien to fight, but I want the tension, survival, horror of Alien. Aliens, the movie,
you can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways,
I think you can.
No, you can't.
Because
as soon as you have multiple bad guys
Resident Evil 7. You got multiple bad guys, multiple boss fights, and you're in a tent.
4 bad guys?
You've not played the game, have you?
No, but...
There's 7.
Oh...
That's
fine. No, yeah,
give
me there. Do you hear that?
47.
Please give me 7 aliens. I can't kill the aliens, but why? Just give me...
Why is there 7 though?
I'm just saying, I'm using the number because you said...
I know.
But
the whole point, the whole difference between Alien and Aliens, and the reason why they're completely different movies is because Alien can build the tension. It's the idea of one killer.
Aliens build tension perfectly.
Aliens does not build tension.
Tell me the room
with tension.
Tell me the room with Newt and the
game.
facehugger is not tense. That is more tense
That's
than any.
That
is more tense than any scene in
out of the
whole of Alien.
It's a couple of minutes, and that's the point. The whole thing is an action movie. It's about taking you through tense situations quickly.
I'm not saying anything there. It is an action movie. It's James Cameron movie,
and that's why Aliens has to be in there.
Yeah, but I think basically the point is Alien is it builds tension over an entire 2-hour film, whereas Aliens builds tension in small bites.
So I've genuinely last point because I want to move on, but I've genuinely thought hard about this Alien game.
Okay,
and the way I think they could do it by mixing Aliens with Alien, and I say it can't be possible, is that you do things. So you, as a crew, as a team, and you help the team set up stuff to stop the aliens attacking. But the parts you're playing, you're only ever facing off 1 or 2 aliens at a time. Does that make sense? So you're in a bigger base area. You'll move through. There's one or alien coming now, and you've got to go away from that alien. There's a bigger story going on outside what you're doing, but what you're only ever seeing is the solo story of one person on that ship, and they only might experience 2 or 3 aliens in that story. Does that make sense?
I
just think you're
living in a dream world if you think there's going to be a good Alien game.
If they can make Alien Isolation 4 hours shorter, and they know now that was a big criticism for the game, I think they've got the best Alien game.
Is the same devs?
Yeah, but they won't.
It's not, no. It's I did read that there's big Bolt Studio. I can't remember now, but no. It's we'll see.
Right, well, Dan.
Okay, for me, my news is something actually, which is a shame because I really wanted to talk about it with you guys. Is one of my favourite comic book characters ever is Venom.
Yes.
I fucking love Venom.
Yeah,
I think
Venom's
it was
great.
one of the best ever introductions of a character and the development of a character because, of course, he then went on to join the Guardians of the Galaxy and he's done all sorts of stuff. Since then, he's gone off to have his own Venom world thing where he's the Clintar and he goes off and does all that bit. So it's brilliant. But what I want to discuss is the movie with
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. But
I want to discuss
Tom
as well.
Holland has just spent the last 4 days there filming. So what I'm interested in is your guys' opinion on connecting Venom into the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
They can't do that.
Which is the MCU, because Tom Holland's in
Yeah.
Kevin Feige has said this is not connected.
Oh, well, Kevin Feige obviously hasn't talked to the people at Sony and got them to deal with it because he is in it.
This is what happened, because remember there was an interview between...
I guarantee now...
What's the producer in Sony? What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
But she was like...
Rebecca Green? No.
Yeah, she came out and said, it's all connected. It's great. And he went, no, it's not.
He's like, absolutely not, they're not connected.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thought on how it's connected. It is not connected for a direct, real-time story. It will be connected for a dream sequence that won't be part of the main story.
Nope.
Do you know what I think?
That's weird.
No, it's not.
I don't like it, but I think it'll be a case of...
That's a good point, Ashley. I
think the big thing is you cannot have Venom without Spider-Man.
You can't.
The only reason Venom exists is because of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? We've got this... And they've even shown in the trailers, you see the asteroid coming in. So you know where the Clintars come from. It's attached to this asteroid. Yeah, have you not seen the trailers?
Yeah, there's a Venom trailer.
When did this come out?
Recently,
yeah,
there's been like 3 of them.
Yeah,
fuck off. This is fucking right by.
Shit off, mate.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Shit off.
There you go.
Go on.
Spider-Man's not in Venom. Peter Parker is in Venom, not Spider-Man.
You can't do that.
Peter Parker is still a licensed
You
character.
cannot.
No, I'm saying that's my personal. I know you're saying you can't do that.
Hang on.
I don't think
then again, that brings
Spider-Man
up
or
the
the
question
spider
of
suit comes in. I think Peter
Oh
Parker.
no, he does, because there are images of him in the spider suit.
Yeah, but that can get cut from in final production.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? They're going to pay the money.
This is Sony. Why would they do anything?
That's a really good argument.
Yeah,
Peter Parker is in the film. Spider-Man is
Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Peter Parker's in that, as in Tom Hardy knows, obviously, he is Spider-Man.
But you can't have Venom without Spider-Man.
That's true.
I'm not saying they have to fight each other, but it does mean the initial story is about Peter Parker
getting the black suit.
suit.
Oh, it just bugs me so much, because this would have
Which is so good.
It would have worked so well if they had Peter get the black suit during Infinity War, which would have made sense. Because they got it in Secret Wars originally, didn't they?
Yes.
Just try and put that in
it'd be
Infinity
so
War
good.
instead.
And then do the Venom movie.
In his next Spider-Man film.
How do we know they're not doing that?
Because he's got the Iron Spider suit instead.
But they're filming at the moment.
They're done filming.
They're done filming. It releases in June.
They've just finished filming the first part.
Have you... Sorry, small tangent real quick.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Captain America's wearing his Avengers 1 suit?
Yes.
Is that time travel, or is that just wearing the old suit?
I don't know. But if you notice that a few of the other characters...
laundry bill was too high on there.
Have you noticed that a few of the other characters are also wearing costumes from their original movies?
I have Agamotto, I'm telling you. Time travel's getting involved there. Yeah.
Because they've got pictures of Robert Downey Jr. wearing the same outfits he was wearing in the very first Iron Man movie.
No.
Yeah.
We're going to see Mark 1.
I think we are.
Oh, shit.
But, so...
On
the Venom bit.
Yeah, Venom.
Quickly go round so we can finish this. Do you think it's going to be great or shit?
I think it's going to be as good as Justice League in terms,
So shit.
No, because I thought Justice League as in good, but not nearly as good as it could have been.
Okay, so shit.
I think it's going to be bland, and I think it's going to be annoying because of how weirdly it connects to the MCU, but it doesn't at the same time.
Dream sequence.
I think,
and
shockingly, because I'm a pessimist, I think it's going to be really good.
The only thing that makes me think it's going to be good is Tom Hardy. I like him as an actor.
I
think his casting's good.
I don't actually rate Tom Hardy.
I like him.
I think he's alright, but I don't rate him.
I think he's well cast.
But Ruben Fleischer, the
he's...
guy who's directing it, also did Zombieland. And Zombieland is a brilliant movie.
It's a very good film.
Is Tom Hardy Eddie Brock?
Yeah.
Yes.
A bit old, isn't he? He played Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Well, no. If he was Flash, he'd be a bit old. Eddie Brock was the other photographer.
Yeah,
he was the older one.
I guess
that's what I'm
thinking.
Technically, he could be. I mean, if you went back to the
Peter
cartoons,
in there because they're going to have the. They're going to
Eddie Brock Jr. Isn't he? Isn't that Venom, or is it Eddie Brock? Venom?
Eddie Brock's Venom.
Who's Eddie Brock Jr.? Am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Sure, Eddie Brock Jr. is someone.
But also, if they manage to pull this off, that means we're going to get Carnage.
Yeah,
we're going to get.
I want. It's cool to have these films, but I want these characters in the MCU. I don't want them in
Sony
Disney
another year and they'll buy them.
The MCU
It's too late they're making this fucking film.
The MCU.
No, it's not. Tom Hardy's good enough to play Venom.
After Infinity Wars, MCU, they've already come out and said there's going to be a lot of deaths in Infinity Wars, and the MCU is basically going to be reset.
Yeah, Pepper Potts dies at the beginning, just saying.
She should have died. She should have died.
I still can't believe she didn't die in 3, but
Yeah, same.
I still can't believe they made 3. But let's move on from that.
2's the one they shouldn't have made.
I'm sorry. Anyone that does that to the Mandarin, they're unforgivable.
It wasn't the Mandarin though.
Yeah,
it was someone faking being the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Don't drag that name. That's like someone going Thanos turned up, but then it comes along.
I killed him at the start.
Takes his
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Takes his helmet off and goes, "Oh, I'm not really Thanos." Like really? That's
it's me!
Because the worst thing done was their marketing was bullshit. Because their marketing steered down. Look, we've got the best villain.
Because of the twist.
No, because it meant I went and spent £10 to go and see the Mandarin in a Iron Man movie because he's one of the best villains.
To be fair,
and then half an hour through, I go, "You've just lied to me, basically.
Yeah.
You've literally, you knew you had a shit movie, so the only way you could do it was by. I reckon that was a late decision to put him in. It was a late decision.
There's no way you're going to get Ben Kingsley on a late decision. Sorry, this guy does not do late decisions.
I thought he was great.
And he is great.
You find out the Mandarin's still out there in the
Sorry, Sir
the
Ben.
actual Mandarin. Sir Ben.
Sir Ben.
Yeah, great.
Sorry, Sir Ben.
And we won't see him because they ruined him. He won't want to come out now. He's in
Iron Man
hiding.
4.
Iron Man 4.
It will not be an Iron Man 4.
Oh shit, I'm still doing this.
It won't be Robert Downey Jr., but
Anyway.
Iron Man 4.
Right. Should we move on?
Yes,
okay,
let's go.
Our next section is a section we're going to do each month, and it is a mini-game section where Tom will face off against Dan.
I'm not looking forward to this.
In All Out Takeshi Cut. No, it's not really.
Well done.
In different games. This week, or this month, we're going to do, with it being the first one ever, and the first one of 2018, it's an anagram round, where 5 anagrams based around
5
big, and I mean massive movies / games releasing this year. There's no punctuation, so if the actual title has a number in it, or a colon, or a hyphen, that's gone. So we're just looking for the name.
Can I ask?
Yes.
If it's a series of words, are they contained within their own words?
No.
Okay.
So, for example, the first one, Anniversary Wi-Fi Gent, is in any order. That's not... So the first word isn't
three
actually...
words like that?
No.
Okay.
But it might be 2, it might be 3 words, it could be 4 words. That's just how it comes out.
Can I just point out, before we get into this, I'm dyslexic. So, a game about letters that are mixed up to make words that then make other words is a bit of a fuck you.
But next time I'll do one of numbers, and we know how good.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Can I point out? I am stupid. So any kind of challenge in any way is a bit of a fuck you.
Okay, so we're gonna have
even part of this.
we're gonna have about 40 seconds on each one.
Okay,
1 minute.
It's going to take me 40 seconds to figure out what the letters are.
It's going to take me 40 minutes to do one.
Okay. We're going to have 1 minute for you to work it out. And viewers, this will be up. It was going to be up on our screen, but it's quite small for you if you're watching on a phone. So I'm going to put up down the bottom of the actual thing.
Is it there now?
The actual anagram. It won't be there now. It'll be as soon as I say it. Put anagram up. You guys will be looking at it from here, so you can look at it and I'll say it as well, okay? And I'll spell it out as well in case people are listening to it. The first one, number 1.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say if it's a game or movie, whatever, you've got to work out.
Oh,
first
can we
one,
have a hint, please?
as it goes on later, I'll give you a hint. So the first one is Anniversary Wi-Fi Gent. ANNIVERSARY WIFIGENT. Time is on. It's up on the screen for people.
I've got it.
Go on.
Say it out when you get it.
Avengers Infinity War.
Yes.
How the fuck, man?
I don't know.
But
I'm really
good
surprised.
for you.
Really surprised at
Avengers
myself.
Infinity War. Number 1 goes to Tom.
Well done, Tom.
I'm really surprised I got that.
Good work, mate.
If you get it straight away, give it a second, and then we'll wait because in case the listeners.
Okay,
in
case
they're playing along.
Yeah.
Number 2. Namer dips.
Dream pins.
Well, it could be Dream Pins.
Namer dips. NAMERDIPS.
Redeemers. Ips.
Okay, first clue, it is a video game.
I thought so, but I don't know what it is still.
Mars.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Let's play another spelling game, shall we?
I will make it a bit
When
more...
we do it with Lewis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him a word and he's going to tell me what it means.
Oh, yeah. That sounds great.
Let's play a word and its meaning game.
I'm surprised I'm doing so well.
I was trying to remember what it's called. Okay, number 3.
Yeah. Let's go.
Morbid Tear.
I love how you fucking... They're brilliant.
Morbidtear. If you get it straight away, just hold on to it.
I don't know if I'm going to get it straight away.
Oh, God.
Another 10 seconds, I'll let you know what it is. Morbid Tear is a movie.
It's a movie. Okay. Come on, brain.
Bear Timber.
Coming out this year, you dickhead.
That was close. Kind of. Morbid Tear is a movie based on a video game.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, Tomb Raider.
Oh! What is that?
That was you, mate.
I'm going to split it down the middle.
To try and be fair.
That's a tie. So it's still 2-0.
Hang on.
What?
Where's the O in more? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, morbid.
Okay, so you can
Can't you
type.
spell, Dan?
As a dyslexic person, no.
You get the next two, and we're on.
Yeah, fucking brilliant.
And I'm trying to remember.
Can I also point out
what
that
it
the
is?
way you wrote an O there looks like a U?
Oh, sorry.
I thought it was an A. I was looking at it as an A.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I know what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4. Moderated Drip Eden. Moderated Drip Eden.
So many letters.
MODERATED DRIPEDEN.
Oh, no. Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
So, last night
Red Dead
I watched some
Redemption.
movies and I enjoyed myself. What the fuck, man?
Red Dead Redemption.
I did tell you I was dyslexic.
I thought you guys.
And you were still there going, yeah, no, it'd be great, let's do a spelling game.
I thought you guys would guess like the big games. Just call them out. They've all been massive games.
It's a fucking... Oh.
Okay.
You don't know what it's like to be dyslexic
don't.
at all. You don't have a fucking clue.
No.
You realise that a sheet of paper with words on looks like a fucking dancing mess to me.
Woo! Right, last one.
So let's have a look at another piece of dancing mess on a
We'll do it
page.
for the listeners. The listeners might be enjoying it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Hey,
I'm
listeners,
enjoying
if
it.
you go to at the Dice Bear, you can punch me in the testicles too. Next one.
Okay.
What are you on about?
The final one.
Yep.
Northwest Loner Drum.
So anyway, last night I was
Northwest
watching this
Loner
movie
Drum.
called Fuck Me in the Anus, and it was a... What is this?
Northwest.
It's
What
a
is it?
game.
It's a game. Murder something.
No.
Okay, on top of Sexual Mountain, I was bagging a badger.
Yeah.
Yes! In your face, motherfucker!
It's a video game releasing
Is it Detroit Become Human?
very soon.
Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Video game releasing very soon.
Nino
Very
Cooney 2.
No.
I don't know what's coming out soon.
It's a video game.
Stoners do
It's
drugs.
a video game that's beta is currently running this weekend.
Is it not Dragon Ball?
Mordenheim.
Dragon Ball, was that this weekend?
Suck my cock.
Shit.
Is it sweaty testicles hidden inside pants? Is it
Northwest Loner Drum.
my left leg wants
5 seconds
no,
left.
I sat on it too long. Is it
3,
sometimes
2,
I make monkeys appear in front
1.
of me and they tell me
Monster
stories?
Hunter World.
I wouldn't have got that.
Okay, so the next section. That was a fun
Well,
thing.
Who was the winner?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom won that round.
Was
but I'll
that
make sure.
fun?
I think the listeners might enjoy it. The viewers
Yeah.
might enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a fun rating, I'd put that on to stapling my dick to the wall.
To be fair though, if we do a match
Okay.
for next week, I'll be in the same boat.
So we're gonna fly through the next sections.
Yeah.
We've got 8 games/movies that are
Ooh, where's my pad?
quite big and hyped, and I'm gonna call them
Oh,
out.
okay. And we're
And
going
all-
to say hype.
You're gonna
or...
basically a hype
Alright.
train section. I want
Yeah,
you to
cool.
tell me whether it's overhyped or underhyped.
Okay,
cool.
And they're all releasing this year.
Nice.
Movies/games. First one up. We finished with it last time. Monster Hunter World. Overhyped or underhyped?
Underhyped.
Okay. I should have said beforehand. What we're doing by this is, do you think this is going to score highly with critics as well as fans? Does that make sense? So people are like,
okay.
people are like, oh, I'm not really cool about it, but then Monster Hunter might come out and score a 9. Everyone's like, whoa, didn't expect that. Okay, so it's both critics and people.
Critics, I reckon it'll get moderate to good. Fans, I think it'll get amazing.
Okay.
I'm with Tom on that. I think this is going to be an underrated game, and the fans are going to be on there going, "No, this is fucking great." You don't know
I'm
what
with
you're
you
talking
two, but
about.
I think critics will give it a 9, around about a 9.
Oh, they'll give it a 6 or 7.
I think they're going to
Critics
give it a
like-
9 because they're scared of the fans,
And
not because they
maybe,
play it or
maybe.
understand.
Critics like Monster Hunter series as well. It's always
Yeah, they have to because it's got such a massive fan base of people going, "This is fucking great."
Okay. Next up, movie Black Panther.
Overhyped.
Underhyped.
I'm with Dan. I think it's overhyped.
I think people.
I thought the trailer looked mediocre at best.
Everyone I'm speaking to is saying like, it looks alright, but I think it's going to be really fucking good. I
Yeah.
honestly think it's going to be really good.
I think and I don't think it's not going to be a good movie,
Yeah.
but I think every single critic is going to be too scared to say it's bad.
Probably, that's true.
Because it's a
that's
movie
true.
that is mainly filled with black actors, as it bloody should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think every single critic, instead of turning around and going, well, actually,
You mean
it's not that
Wakanda's
good.
not got white people? Racist.
Racist.
Okay.
I think you're right on that, yeah.
Number 3, State of Decay 2.
Overhyped.
Yeah, overhyped.
Massively underhyped.
Oh, really?
Massively
Interesting.
underhyped. Did you
Why?
play on State of Decay 1? I
Yeah.
thought it was one of the best zombie games to exist. It was buggy, but what was there was amazing. The fact that they've had such a long development process to make this. As a multiplayer, this is the Walking Dead game that everyone has always been wanting.
I think the thing is, State of Decay came out and everyone went, oh no, it's shit. Oh, hang on, no, it's really good. The State of Decay 2 comes out, they're all going to be going, like, no, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be great, we loved it. And it's not, it's just not going to live up to
I
it.
agree. I used to watch so much gameplay of that game, and I always thought, if it wasn't for the people I was watching playing it being entertaining, I
Don't
was
get me
so
wrong.
fucking bored.
I had fun with it. I played it a lot at university. I had fun with it, but it was buggy as hell and it wasn't a clean game. I think the reason they've delayed it, and it's had such a long development process is to get it pristine. And the fact that Phil Spencer's now in charge of Xbox, he's already said that they're not afraid to cut projects if they're not looking like they're going to be delivering fucking brilliant experiences. They,
that's just PR,
Still
I feel
released
like.
Cupheads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Sea of Thieves.
Overrated.
Massively overhyped.
Massively overhyped.
I think it's going to come along, people play it for a week, and then they'll be like, oh, there isn't any. It'll be like Destiny. Oh, there's no end game.
Yeah.
I've got to
that's
say,
gonna fly
this
away
hurts
from
me a
us.
little bit because I'm a massive fan of Rare. I love Rare games, the old games. I bought the Rare collection. I own Banjo-Kazooie on the original N64, and I have these things. I paid the extra money to get Conker's Bad Fur Day and all things like that because they were brilliant. But this is no.
Okay, no interest.
Mainly because we have Skull and Bones coming out, which is going to cream it.
Good
And
point,
people are like,
yeah.
oh, it's Ubisoft. Wait a minute. Ubisoft released Rainbow... And Skull and Bones might be bad at the beginning, but
Oh,
Rainbow
it's gonna get
Six
so
Siege
good.
was average at the beginning. It's now one of the most played games.
And
Like,
Division.
It's huge.
Yeah,
Division as well. Like,
I just jumped back on that one, the
Same,
Xbox.
I'm back on it now.
Bloody hell.
yeah. It's good.
It's good. Apart from the fact the servers aren't there.
Next up, movie. Tomb Raider the movie. Underrated or overrated?
Underrated. But not because I think it's going to be amazing, but I think because people don't really care about it.
See,
I think it's going to be fine.
I think... So have you played the reboot of Tomb Raider?
I haven't, no.
You haven't played it, either of you?
I
No.
wasn't
I'm a
sure.
big Tomb Raider fan. I think you played the original Tomb Raider. haven't you?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a
yeah.
big-
Played the original
But the
one.
reboot was so fucking good. And the rise of Tomb Raider was crippled with the stupid decision of sticking it as exclusive on Xbox timed and then across the PS4. Its sales were so hit by that decision. Well, the story and those games were so cinematic in their own right. Turning them into a movie, it's like turning an Uncharted into a movie.
But they
It's-
made it Uncharted, didn't they, with Tomb Raider?
Yeah, and so
Sorry.
we're not going to get an Uncharted movie for fucking ages.
I don't
if
want
ever.
one anyway. So.
No.
I honestly think this will be the best Indiana Jones movie since the original Indiana Joneses.
I don't think it's going to be underrated or overrated. I think it's going to
Like
be
solid 6
as
and
it
7s.
should be.
I gave it a week underrated
I
because I,
think-
thought those were only options.
I think
but
it'll be-
if you're going
I
to
think
say
it'll be fucking amazing.
Because I don't think it's going to be fucking
it's going to be
amazing.
rated.
I think it's going to be as people say. It's
casting,
I
and
it's
agree.
I
not
can't-
going to be brilliant,
Yeah.
but it's going to be
I can't
fun.
pronounce her name, but the casting, she is on point for casting. Like, and there are shots where there's YouTube videos where you can see comparison from the game thing, and the shots. Well, as soon as they announced the Tomb Raider,
But I think
film,
that's why it's just going to be. Yeah, that's a good
no,
too.
but I
It's
love-
not going to be amazing because we're going to be like, I've played that, I've seen that.
It's going to be meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
But you haven't played it, and you haven't played it, and you haven't seen it, and you haven't seen it.
And you haven't seen it.
Yeah, but
You've watched a trailer where they did comparisons
but as in
to the
I-
game.
No, but as in I've played both games to finish. so I
Doesn't
have
mean you
seen
know
them.
fuck all about the movie.
No,
That's
but I'm
like me
saying-
saying I drove a car once, so I know what it's like to be an F1 driver.
No, but I'm saying that
I think if they made Uncharted games, any of them, and I love Uncharted, they'd be meh films.
I think
Yeah,
it will
Because
be.
the whole point is being part of the experience. That's what makes them
Yeah.
good. But if it's a film, it's just sort of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but the new Tomb Raiders reboots are very different to Uncharted. Uncharted, you've got this kind
They're
of
darker.
slightly arrogant, over the top.
Yeah, because
Lad.
she's not as adept at being a
And she
Tomb
is,
Raider at that point.
and the reboot of Tomb Raider is how she goes, and the film is how she goes from being a standard everyday person looking for her
standard everyday person.
Yeah,
she's looking fucking minted.
For the death of her dad and looking why dad died, to then becoming
the Tomb Raider.
The scene in the game where she has to kill the deer for the first time, and that's that turning point of going from standard person who was scared of everything to making a decision for survival.
Yeah.
We'd like to know also on what you think to those overrated, underrated games, films. Do you think they're going to be overrated? Do you agree with what we said? Do you not agree with it? Said comment below, or you can email us podcast@indie-incredible.com. Last section, and we're going to fly through this one because we are running on. We don't want to keep you guys for ages, and we've got places to be. Sorry. So we're going to go through.
I'm on the way home.
We are going to go through 3 AAA games each that we are looking forward to. We're not going to go massively in depth. And if you want to know more what we're looking forward to these, then hit us up on Twitter. Our names are below at the moment. But we're going to go, you should, if you watch us, you'll get an idea of what we like, what we don't like. And you'll probably, a lot of our surprises, or a lot of our selections shouldn't be too much of a surprise. So we'll just do 3 each and then go round. We don't have to go in massively in depth. Why? I'll start again, shall I? Because the order's been going this
Can you two go first, so I can cross them off my list, and then I'm going to...
So the first one, I'm excited because also I can play it in 8 days' time, and that is Final Fantasy Dissidia. I spoke about Final Fantasy Dissidia at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to bang on more about it now. I've always been looking forward to it. It done what I wanted it to do and more in the beta. I really can't wait to play it. I pre-ordered I said earlier I'm not going to get a launch, but I'm in two minds because there's some real cool digital content you can get. The collector's edition, by the way, looks unreal, but it's £210.
Not worth it.
Jesus. Oh, it's definitely worth it.
No,
but
it's not. It'll be a mini figure that you wants to stick on the back here. That'll be one that'll hide behind my massive head. No. I mean, look, if I move out the way, look at these. You never get to see them. I'm here.
There is a minifigure, but you know what's really cool? There's so you know I got the trading cards. Cards. You get free trading cards that you can only get in that collector's edition.
It's such a sucker's game. Anyway, yes.
Okay.
What else?
I'm also looking forward to.
Do it.
I'm not going to go that one. I'm going to go.
Do that one.
No, I'm going to go this one because I don't think anyone says Days Gone.
Yeah. No.
I'm really looking forward to Days Gone. I love the zombie genre. What really impressed me about Days Gone, and people are like, "Oh, we've seen the same gameplay twice." I'm sorry, but having that many CG-generated zombies on the screen at once, acting that organically, it creates a gameplay. It's what's the Brad Pitt film? World War Z. World War Z in a video game, which looks incredible. Like
it is so much better.
What is
the book?
I've not read the book, but I like the film. Brilliant. I did like the film actually. Yeah. I'd love to see. And people are like, oh, but I don't care about I love The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a grounded story around 2 people, and it's a tale of a widowing husband and the young girl and their relationship together. It's a very intricate story. Days Gone, looks like a big, more open world action-y zombie game. I'm very interested by that. And the last one I'm going to go on is Dreams, because after watching that trailer, I was blown away by what you can do. And spoiler alert now, when we get that game and when I've got down with the kind of creation tools in it, we're going to have an episode of the podcast in the game that's going to go on YouTube, in-game engine
Just
podcast.
play Little Big Planet 3 and you'll get down with the bloody system of
Dreams looks amazing.
Dreams is just the creation system of Little Big Planet 3 sold separately as a game. It's not fucking amazing.
Dan's looking forward to it.
Anyway,
go on then. Tom.
Mine aren't really that surprising. They're probably the biggest games for me anyway, that are coming out this year. First one is Spider-Man.
Yeah!
Spider-Man.
I think we're all getting that, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't say it purely because I knew you'd say it.
Yeah. I love Spider-Man. I love him so much. He's the best superhero on anything. He's the best superhero. No, shit off he is.
I said shit off.
I'm off.
I received it.
He's the best. Are you mental?
He's best superhero.
Are you actually mental?
He is groundbreaking.
Let's not argue the characters.
We've got to plough through it.
Got to plough through this.
Howard the
Duck's fucking amazing, but not as good as Spider-Man. But continue.
I've always loved Spider-Man games, and this is shaping up to be a fucking great Spider-Man game. And it's the first one on this new generation, so...
Yes.
Secondly, probably the least surprising, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
Because Red Dead Redemption is such a fucking cool, atmospheric game, and I love
Dan's
it.
like...
Yeah. I have a list of games
He's got
here
so many.
that I wanted to talk about.
I am looking forward to Red Dead, but I'm not looking forward to Red Dead because I don't know what the fuck happened in the first one.
Well, I'm not looking forward to Red Dead.
I just love the atmosphere.
Because I don't have enough time to play Red Dead. And I completed Red Dead and it was brilliant.
Yeah,
How have you not finished it? Get it.
I've told you I've not played it. This is the issue.
Fucking play
I was
it.
so into doing other stuff in the game as opposed to the story. I did quite a bit of the story, but I just
Go on and give us your last one.
Last one.
And the last one is I'm conflicted about it, but I've chosen Detroit Become Human.
No, I know.
I'm so excited by this game.
I really like Heavy Rain, and I really liked Beyond Two Souls, and Quantic Dream.
Quantic Dream, thank
and
you.
I loved the short that this is based on that they did. The tech demo they did a few years back.
Yeah.
And the first trailer for this, I was like, good, love it.
Yeah.
But as the trailers went on, I've been like, there's too many characters. I'm a bit
It just
worried.
didn't work.
I'm worried, but also
I'm
excited as well because I love.
What I don't
the
like
other
is
two.
that people are moaning the fact that they're tackling things. There's the most recent demo press played apparently featured child abuse.
Yes, I saw this.
And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. We're moaning that games aren't being real enough and tackling real life situations. Child abuse happens, I'm afraid, every day around the world.
I mean, just look at those two parents out
Yeah.
wherever
Exactly.
locked up their 13 kids.
Don't start bitching that a game's... Okay, I get when you're playing it out of context without having 4 hours invested in these characters that you're like, why don't... It's a little bit like that Last of Us trailer where there was really brutal. People are like, oh... I'm sorry, if you put yourself in that world where it's fight for survival, you'll do what the fuck you can to survive. Like,
people complained that it was glamorising child abuse.
Yeah,
but the whole point is it's your choice
hit
whether
a child in the head and stars come out.
Oh, that's so glamorous.
You're not the one doing it. You're the one who...
It's a rhythm game. You got to hit the child for rhythm. Beautiful, beautiful.
As I said, I was looking for that indie game.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Oh my god, glamorise it. Fuck off.
But yeah, your choice is to save the child from the child abuse.
Oh, Jesus. And if you choose not to save them, you're a cunt.
Yeah, it's
Absolute
about
arsehole,
teaching the consequences.
But then again, actually, in BioShock, the first one, when you had that choice of draining the energy from the little girl, I played it once where, of course, first time I couldn't do it.
Really? I drained straight away, mate.
Really? I couldn't do it the first time.
For
Second time through, I wanted to see what it did. So,
I don't think, does it? A huge difference.
It changes the end.
Yeah, but it's not massive.
Because, of course, you get all the power from them to start with, whereas at the end, they all join in with you.
Me or them, they're going to die anyway, so I might as well...
Right, so
that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. Danielson.
Let's move on to my three.
Wax on, wax off.
So, I'm going to start with one by Sucker Punch, which really just... I wanted this to be Assassin's Creed. This is Ghost of Tsushima, which is based in feudal Japan, where you get to play a samurai and you move across Japan.
Instantly a winner if you're playing as a samurai. Yeah.
Don't care. That's it.
It looks like Assassin's Creed meets Neo.
It's an open world. Genius.
That was an orgasmic sentence.
Yeah. So there you go. Cool. I don't need to say more.
And it's Sucker Punch. And people are like,
Infamous.
Infamous isn't. I'm sorry, but their open worlds are made in Infamous, and the level design in terms of the verticality as well as the world design, I thought was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, I trust them with an open world game all day long.
Yeah, I'm purposefully not going to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 and Ni no Kuni 2 because we've already mentioned them. So I'm using this as a way to get round that to talk about more games, but Ni no Kuni 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes.
I'm not saying Kingdom Hearts 3 purely because I'm going to wait until I finish to make that final decision.
Oh god, yes, Kingdom Hearts 3. Darksiders 3. Everyone out there who played Zelda and was like, oh, fucking game of the year and all of that lot. Anyone who really loves Zelda, who really loved Ocarina of Time and that lot will know Darksiders and will know that Darksiders is the real successor to Zelda.
I played them last year, didn't I? I played 1 and 2 last year and I was blown away by them. I was like, this is Zelda. Literally to the point where you find chests, little music plays when you find chests, and you get...
You're climbing up walls in the same way. You find that it's beautiful, it's amazing.
Combat is awesome.
First one was War, the second one was Death, and the third one is Fury. And it's the same thing again. It's beautiful scenery.
Brad Pitt, isn't he? He's coming from it's set in the same movie universe as Brad Pitt's Fury.
And let's continue with a decent discussion. But Darksiders 3 is definitely one I am really looking forward to. Though technically it's an indie game.
It is.
But I thought I'd stick that in there
it is technically an indie game.
It's a big indie game.
You know,
I was a bit annoyed that someone put it in their videos for sort of indie games coming out, and I'm like, yeah, it's an independent published, but then if you're doing that, then you're basically saying that Sony are self-publishing and they're independent. Like,
yeah.
So you're basically saying Uncharted is an independent game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, But carry on.
So Darksiders 3 was one there, and then my last one. This is really hard because I've got so many great games I want to talk about. But I won't talk about Anthem because obviously we've spoken about that already.
You're not going to say that, are you?
I am going to say
it's never coming out this year.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh my god.
He doesn't think it's coming out this year.
It's coming out as a PlayStation 5 game.
I put money on it's coming out this year.
It's a PlayStation 5 game. 2020
It's
that game.
not a PlayStation 5 game. And do you know why it's not going to be a PlayStation 5 game and why it's coming out this year?
Go on, tell me.
Watch the tech demo again.
2020. It's coming out in 2020.
So, when they brought it out and they showed it and they showed him flying around, watch the background. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Is there like a spoiler saying come in 2018?
No, look at what they've developed in the background there. This isn't just them floating around a safe space that they've created to show the blimp. There is more to that world in the background than they let on in that first bit. If you're saying... have more of this game completed than they're letting us know. This will be end of the year.
Okay, wow.
This is a definite end of the year game, but this is coming out this year.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
With updates.
If you're saying Beyond Good and Evil 2, then I'm having Death Stranded this year.
The fuck Death Stranded? No one
that is not releasing this year.
Notice, look on my list. Do you see Death Stranded?
If you think that's coming out this year, you must think
that's coming out this year.
Oh my god.
Other games on my list: Metro Prime 4, Metro Exodus.
That's not coming out this year.
Yes, it is.
Oh, we've seen a logo. We saw a logo at
I'm inclined to believe Dan's usually pretty ahead of the curve.
Metroid Prime 4, we saw a logo and people lost their shit and I'm like, well...
And that was last year.
Yeah,
right? And
a
do you
logo.
know why they didn't show more?
Because they haven't got more.
No, because it's Nintendo.
I'm
Nintendo
sorry.
don't show you shit.
No chance. Metroid Prime will be a Nintendo Switch 2 release.
Every now and again I think you know about computer games and then you talk like this.
2020 for Beyond Good and Evil 2 and I seriously mean that. I actually mean that. 2020.
Yeah.
Right, so
and you know what else Lewis believes? Jacksonville
Jags
Jags are going to win the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah, they are.
Just fuck off with Blake Bortles at the back. You're dreaming.
Can we put a bet down on Beyond Good and Evil quickly?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay, so what's the bet?
What?
So you think 2020 exactly?
2020.
It won't come out until 2020.
2020 PS5.
We won't hear
2020
we won't hear anything
PS5.
about it this year. We won't even see gameplay.
That's
of it
Lewis. What's your bet?
I'm gonna say.
I was going to go 2019 in the middle.
I was just about to say February 2019.
Whoa, you don't. Why are you doing that for? Just give yourself the whole year.
Okay, 2019. Sure, whatever.
Okay, 2019. Are you saying PS5 as well? Because you've been smoking on
that
the
won't come out
crack
until 2020.
2019, just PS4.
Yeah.
Okay. And I am end of year 2018. I've just put 28.
It's 28.
They're coming out this year.
And when I'm right, you'll be there going, oh no, I've said it was coming out this year because no one listened to this podcast.
And then I can be like, I was in the middle, so I'm okay no matter what.
Okay,
watch the thing again.
So that wraps up our first ever episode of the Not So Indie Show.
A slightly rushed version.
Towards the end, we banged on quite a lot at the beginning. I banged on quite a lot at the beginning. But thanks for watching, guys. As I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch these a week early, along with another show we do at the end of the month called the What We Loved Show.
What We Loved
Show, and that is also available. $3 gets you early access to everything on Patreon. That's all audio and video. $1 will get you early access to the audio of this solely. So if you're an audio listener, there's nothing wrong with that. You can download straight from Patreon and listen to it there. Thanks again for watching or listening. Please make sure you do help support us if you can by dropping us a sub or comment on iTunes or SoundCloud. And like I said, we really, really do appreciate it. So until next week, guys, or until next month of the Not So Indie Show, peace out.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
We're normal. So.